Welcome to the Ambassador of Stoke channel. I'm your host Ted, and this is the very first episode of the Stoke TV. I've been working in the outdoor industry for almost 20 years. I'm a dad, I love a good adventure, and I'm extremely passionate about speed flying, riding bikes, skiing and snowboarding. I've cycled across continents, explored some of the oldest jungles, climbed a few mountains, learned to fly, and skied some pretty epic power around the world. I work as a ski boot fitter and a bike mechanic, so I do know quite a bit about outdoor gear. For the past year, my first year being a dad, I've been using my spare time to create YouTube and Instagram content, and I've been sending out the free weekly newsletter called the Stokeletter. In the Stokeletter, I write about global adventure and action sports events that I'm currently following and how you can watch them as well. I've been reviewing some epic outdoor gear that I'm really stoked on, and I also introduce amazing people that the world should know more about. People that take on some crazy adventures and push their own limits to the max. Stoke TV is an evolution of the Stokeletter, so jump on board, hit the subscribe button, and let's dive into this week's Stoke. I can promise you that the first episode will have as many blowouts as the Loudenvielle Downhill World Cup in France last weekend. Defending world champ Jackson Goldstone got disqualified in both quali runs, and Loïc Bruni had a massive crash, so the top two riders from last season didn't even make it to the finals. The track was so fucking dry, they should have dropped buckets of wine in those berms if they were short of water. It was absolute sawdust on the track, and braking bumps were bigger than meteor craters. Valley Hell put down a fastest lap and went back to back this season in the women's. Rookie and the first stage winner in South Korea, Asa Vermette, was up on time when he lost control and headbutted a timing sign. DQ for him and no points for the Frameworks athlete. Luca Shaw, finally bagged his first ever World Cup win after 14 years on the circuit. That's fucking awesome. Well deserved, and we are so stoked for you, Luca. This week, I'm all eyes on Isle of Man TT, the longest running motorbike race that started in 1907. You've never heard about it? It's basically a MotoGP race on regular roads and streets. One lap around the island is about 60 kilometers, which is 37 miles, with average speed reaching over 219 kilometers per hour, 136 miles per hour. Trees, side curbs, street lamps, bars and bakeries, you name it. They have to avoid all, while some spots literally flying over 300 k's per hour, 190 miles per hour. Unfortunately, over 270 riders have left their life on this 200 corner track. That really sucks, but no epicness has been achieved without some casualties. That's the nature of action sports. I will leave the link down in the description where to follow along. I highly recommend checking it out. That shit is just wild. There's something that's trickling down from moto to mountain biking. A chest and back protector that's also an airbag. Loïc Bruni just mentioned this thing saved his season for sure. I guess why it has taken for so long is the algorithm of the system had to be trained properly, so the air system won't just blow up and activate mid-run when a rider is squishing through a chi-out or hitting a 50-foot gap. Alpine Stars and Dainese are leading the game in that front, and I could see this coming into freeride skiing and maybe even speed flying. I'm sure it will cost a shit ton, but it still might be cheaper than a surgery and a year-long rehab. I'm getting older and I have to take care of my kid, so I'll take any protection possible. Ever since I can remember, my brain has come up with wild ideas. I've thought about snow kiting across Greenland. I dream of horseback riding or bikepacking across Mongolia. Just recently on my Instagram popped up a guy named Branden Joy, who is currently shredding on his home-built trike, getting pulled across Mongolia by a kite. What the fuck, bro? This is fucking sick. I'm so stoked to see something new in the adventure world. And that trike is a beast. Safe travels to you, Branden. You are a fucking legend. We're so stoked for you. Whew, holy shit. That's the first ever Stoke TV episode in the bag. I hope we can all look back in a year's time and laugh how rough it was. But hey, you have to start somewhere. And no one became a pro without being a beginner. If you're new to the channel, please check out all the adventure content and another new series called The Stoke Room, where I review and break down some new epic gear. If you have any questions, ideas, epic adventure stories, or gear you'd like me to review, leave that all down in the comments. Subscribe to the channel and come along for a ride. This shit is just starting. I love you all. Now get outside and do cool shit.